in Z are infinite. Actually, we can discuss this way. Order of a group andre number of elements in the group. How do you find number of elements in the group? By counting the numbers, counting the members of the group. Infinity iruvaga how do you count? Infinity iruvaga you are not able to count and say that it's infinity. Infinity is not a number. Many of the authors are using order of a finite group is finite, order of an infinite group is order is infinity. It's a group of infinite order, a group of finite order, finite or infinite orders. But we can understand that order will make sense, the definition of order of a group will make sense only when the group is finite, if G is finite. This is most desirable actually. If the group is finite, G is finite, then order of G is meaningful. If G is finite and having n elements, order of G is n. 10 is 10, 100 is 100. Any number is finite here. Okay, 1000 is 1000. The size of the number doesn't matter, it should be a number, that's all. Okay, so what is important? It is desirable, we can discuss, we can understand that. Right? Order of a group is meaningful only when the group is finite. But good number of authors are using it for infinite groups also, claiming that order of the group is infinite. Order of G, order of Z, order of Z is infinite. Like I said earlier, but most desirable, most convincing is that only when the group is finite, order of the group makes sense because you are able to count the number of elements in the group. Otherwise, you are not able to do it. Fine? Okay. So, more or less we are completing the basic definitions, the types of groups, semi-group, monoid, group, abelian group, finite, infinite groups, right? Order of a group. All these things we have gone through. Now you are able to solve problems of simple nature, the short answer questions or essay type questions, etc. Okay. So we'll start solving problems in the next session onwards. Okay. Get ready by listening to this video lecture session. Okay, and understanding the things. Very simple topic, in a way it is simple topic, but very sensitive. For example, if I ask a question to you, what about set of fractions under multiplication? Is it a group? Set of fractions under multiplication, does it form a group? So there is a decision making point here. You have to take a decision, yes or no, right? You have to take a decision. Decision making is not very easy unless you are very clear in the number system. The set of fractions under multiplication, closure law holds, associative holds. Closure law A into B belongs to Q. Associative law A into B C equal to AB into C. Identity law holds. What is the multiplicative identity? 1 belongs to Q. Right? But inverse law you have problems. Right? Inverse law you have problems only with one element. Only one element of Q, that is 0. What is the inverse of 0? Inverse law A into A inverse should be identity. Multiplicative identity is 1. A into A inverse is 1. That is A into A inverse is 1 by A. Multiplication only 1 by A. Multiplication only 1 by A. Additive idre, suppose operation is additive, A into A inverse is minus A. Additive operation adre, addition binary operation adre, inverse of A is minus A. Multiplication is 1 by A. Ask the question, what is the inverse of 0? Inverse of 0 into something which should give you 1. 0 into something 1 andre, would you take that as 1 by 0? 1 by 0 that 0 cancel not permitted. 1 by 0 is undefined. 1 by 0 is not a rational number. Therefore, 0 inverse does not exist. a non-empty set G with respect to binary operation star. This forms a group yavaga if closure law holds, associativity law holds, identity law holds, inverse law holds. If any one of the law, any one of the action fails to hold, say inverse law fails to hold, then the set does not form a group. If one property fails, the set does not form a group. Next question is, inverse law fails when? Inverse law or any other law fails when? If at least one element is not satisfying this. If at least one element is there whose inverse does not exist, inverse law itself fails. The inverse of 0 does not exist here. Inverse of 0, one element only. Every other rational number has got multiplicative inverse, only 0 has no inverse. Multiplicative inverse of 0 does not exist, only 0. Okay. Though only 0 has no multiplicative inverse law fails. Among the 4 actions, if one action fails to hold, the set fails to form a group. Right? If one element does not have the inverse law itself collapses, fails. Among the 4 actions of a group, if one action fails to hold, the set will not form a group. Okay? So with this discussion, we stop for the session. The next session onwards, we are going to solve problems. Right? Wherever you require more information, we will discuss the theory part of that and then solve the problems. Okay? Fine. Thank you.